Hey y'all, we are back with another reading. Welcome to Scooby-Doo Tarots. Today I am calling on a message of self-acceptance for the collective. We are being blessed with Abby's presence for this reading, I think, potentially. She still hasn't decided yet. I'm calling on a message of self-acceptance for our collective because I have been getting this energy of a twin flame connection, and it feels as though the collective is kind of unable to put themselves first in this connection. And I really feel like self-acceptance is going to be the only way to move forward in order to accept yourself where you're at, for the mistakes you've made, for who you are, for your flaws, and, kind of also be able to accept this twin flame exactly how they are, without wanting anything to change, without really connecting to that energy of longing for them, because that only strengthens this, energy of separation. So right now I'm trying to pull out a little spell. We're just doing it randomly, calling spirit, which is exactly what I said when I opened this video, was that we're calling on spirit. Cast this spell to connect with the element of spirit. Spirit, everywhere your energy flows, teaching me what I deeply know, celestial bodies above and ancients below, in the center all that is, and it is so. So mote it be. I'm just going to pause and let you kind of read that, and then I started moving. So we are calling on spirit. If you are wanting to tap into that energy, go ahead and recite that as many times a day as you can. And we are going to get into it with the Light Seers Tarot deck. Now, I don't always show the very of kind of opening my deck and, cleansing it, but usually I have a candle here, and, I try to call on spirit to guide me in my readings. But I thought maybe I might do that with you all today, since I got a candle over here, and this is kind of where I tend to cleanse my deck and do my shuffling. Sometimes I don't always show it, or I've switched around the angles a couple of times, so it might look a little bit different, but I've always got like a candle or incense or something, and I try to cleanse it and bring in new energies, and that's what we're going to try to focus on today. So we are starting out with the Five of Swords. It came out in the reverse. And this card wanted to come out. We have Four of Cups. Oops. Lots of beautiful imagery in this deck. Haven't used it a whole lot. They tend to be pretty slippery, so I don't use them a whole lot in my videos. I am trying to get a couple more cards before I really get into the energy, because I really want to know what this energy is trying to tell me. We've got Knight of Wands, and here you'll see a stallion in the background. And I've been watching a lot of Yellowstone, some of y'all know, because I've said it quite a few times. And I'm really getting this energy of cowboy up from it. You know what I mean? We have this Five of Swords and this Four of Cups, and she has all of this abundance, this beauty around her. She has these beautiful, it looks like a sound bowl almost, and someone's offering her this cup here with these beautiful rainbows. They're offering her the dream of a lifetime, but she's stuck sitting, looking towards the past, looking towards this Five of Swords, this hurt that she's gone to. You know, I kind of am getting that this is like a divine masculine that has caused this hurt for divine feminine. And I kind of feel like they keep coming back with this Six of Cups. I feel like they just keep coming back and kind of pouring salt into that wound, making it harder for you to let go because you saw this future with them and it was kind of cut short. For some reason, that's what I'm seeing here. And from this one, I'm just getting that those Knight of Wands, I'm getting that you need to put that focus back onto yourself. Stop looking back at this divine masculine, which I've been hearing quite a bit in my readings. Seven of Cups. So we have this snake in the grass that's being revealed. And I kind of feel like maybe it is kind of this divine masculine. I almost feel like they were revealed to be more of a karmic soul tie rather than a twin flame, is what I'm getting. And Seven of Swords. I've actually been seeing a lot of sevens recently. And I feel like that could be a message for someone. 77, 77, 7777. Maybe this person kind of has a little bit of a gambling problem is also kind of what I'm getting from this Seven of Cups specifically. I was actually just watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, and there's an episode where Toph, she's a blind earthbender, and she is like running these scams on these people that, well, their job is like to professionally scam people with like those cups, and they'll hide like a, bead in the middle, and then they shuffle the cups, and then they do a little trick and move the bean into a different cup. But because she's an earthbender, she can kind of control the bean, or she can kind of feel where it is because of the vibrations. And she uses that to her advantage to kind of scam the scammers. And that is the energy that I'm getting here, is that this person tried to scam you, but you kind of saw it coming from a mile away. I'm kind of getting that they almost deceived you. Maybe I've had this happen where I thought, a masculine energy was my friend, and they made it seem like they were my friend and they wanted to be my friend, but it turned out that they kind of had more of a romantic interest that they tried to hide from me, and unfortunately didn't tell me anything about it until I was in a relationship, and I was already in a happy relationship. Nothing could come of it, but that deception did lead to the end of the friendship and the end of that connection pretty much entirely. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is this person maybe deceived you. You thought that they were your friend. You thought that they were someone that cared about you, but they kind of just wanted to get you into bed, is what I'm hearing. The Hierophant. So this is a confirmation here that, you knew, you saw this coming. You knew it was going to happen. You knew this person had these feelings for you, but I'm kind of getting that you chose to ignore your intuition, kind of like I did in that situation, because just for whatever reason, you just weren't willing to accept the reality of the situation because it was, hidden. Yeah. They came out in the reverse, the wheel. So I am getting that you were kind of seeing it as the wheel is not turning in your favor. That is how you see it, because it, what you wanted to happen isn't what happened. But that's just how you see it at this time. You're going to see it differently in the future, because what happened was for your benefit ultimately. And we have Eight of Wands. So I am getting absolutely, this is what needed to happen in order for this Eight of Wands to come in, this balance. I also tend to hear of Eight of Wands and Page of Wands I hear as kind of like messenger cards. Like, I do kind of feel like you are going to get a message coming in from this divine masculine, just because of how the card came out. I feel like it is here to clarify this Seven of Cups and this Five of Swords, which is this divine masculine energy that I was picking up on. So I do feel like they have a message coming in for you, but it's almost kind of not until after a separation occurs. So depending on where you're at in this journey, you know, you could be right before the separation. You all could have already had a separation. But either way, you are going to be having this message coming in after the separation, wherever you are in your journey. And we have the Devil. Y'all already know I love this card. Capricorn energy coming in. Maybe this person, this divine masculine is a Capricorn is kind of what I'm getting. But the Devil energy tells us to do what feels good, do what feels best, do what feels delicious for ourselves. And I think that that is the energy that you need to tune in. What is it that Abraham Hicks always says? Tuned in, tapped in, turned on? Tuned in, tapped in, turned on? So that's what you want to be when it comes to this Devil energy. Do what feels good, you know? It doesn't have to be all of the time, but there has to be a healthy balance where you're resting and recovering as much as you are working. And we have Eight of Swords. So we've got Seven of Swords and Eight of Swords. And we also have this Eight of Wands. So I am getting that, as I've said before, this hurt is kind of necessary. This hurt is what you need. This person causing this hurt is what you needed in order to bring the focus back onto yourself, in order to heal your childhood wounds. And doing that work ultimately is what you need to keep doing. And I'm really hearing here that you need to forgive yourself for accepting less than you deserve in the past and let it go. You weren't as spiritually grown. You hadn't done the work before. You didn't know. You know, I've been in positions where I've definitely accepted less from people in my life than I deserved because that's just what I was used to. I definitely experienced a lot of neglect and abandonment as a child. And those wounds, you're going to carry those on with you for the rest of your life. Like, you are going to have to constantly do the work because it's going to constantly keep coming up. It doesn't just go away. It is part of you. And if you try to ignore it, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I wouldn't keep getting this reading and I wouldn't keep getting these messages if y'all weren't ignoring them. So you need to listen up. Hear me when I tell you that the only person whose acceptance you need is yourself. You need to stop trying to do everything that you can to impress everyone around you. Their opinions don't matter. All that matters at the end of the day is if you can lie asleep in bed with yourself. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they try to numb the pain away instead of sitting with their feelings. But that's the very first step to healing, is sitting, recognizing those feelings, kind of feeling where they are located in your body. Feelings manifest very physically in the human body. Everything is connected. You know, I have a thyroid problem, so I have to take hormone replacement supplement or hormone replacement therapy essentially. And it is a treatment. Like, it doesn't just go away on its own. I have to take it constantly. And that is kind of the message that I'm getting here, is like, this inner work is kind of the same thing. Like, you have to work at it every single day, you know? And, you know, hormones, they affect everything in your body. Like my thyroid hormone, I can't regulate my body temperature. I don't have an appetite. Like, my metabolism doesn't work at all. And sometimes it goes the other way, you know, it kind of just depends on if I'm taking the right amount or not. And it affects everything else as well, you know, like, it'll affect your period, it'll affect your skin, it'll affect your mood, especially your energy levels. And it's like, if my energy levels are affected, you know, I'm not going to be cooking healing meals because I'm going to be wanting something that's already pre-prepared. And that kind of just like feeds into this rabbit hole of unhealthy lifestyles where you kind of fall on this crutch instead of doing the hard work and taking care of yourself, which is what you need to do and what I need to do. And in fact, what I need to go ahead and go do right now, because I'm still sick. My sister, I know some of y'all watch all of my videos, and my sister does spell work videos. She recently did one for sending loving, healing energy. I'm not sure who exactly she did it for, but I hope it was me, selfishly, because I'm just not feeling good. Maybe some of y'all aren't feeling good either, but we need to take care of ourselves, and that's what I'm here to say. I hope you guys have a really lovely day. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for any likes, shares, and subscribes and comments.